Miggity mic check 1 2 1 2. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I am back. I am back from vacation. I am back from spring break. I took some time. I took some time off. I took a week off. Um, my daughter was home for spring break. I figured, I got 20 episodes in what, a month and a half. So why not take a break? Why not um, have some time for me? So that was cool. I decided to take a break. So this episode is going to be kind of chill, though. I thought somebody just texted me. Just mute the phone, telefono, while people tune in. Where's the intro? Okay, there we go. Put some music there. And there. Set up the audio. Cool. Yeah, so took spring break off. The kid came home for for spring break. Decided to. I didn't even perform. I was asked to perform, but I took a break from comedy. It was only a week, so actually we'll be back. So it's not like I was like, yeah, I'm done with comedy. No, this is full time now. So I'm back on the podcast. This is episode 21. Thank you guys for tuning in. We actually going to go live again tomorrow morning, or tomorrow around noon. I gotta work this daylight saving things out because I think they just sprung forward. Yeah. So tomorrow I got live Sacramento comedian who performed a lot all over the country. I think he's based out of Las Vegas now. So DJ Sandu will be my guest tomorrow. Got a couple more guests coming on during the week. So it's gonna be busy podcasting again. So which I love because I get to talk to comedians as well as people who don't do comedy and get to connect with them, get to find out what they're about. It's all about the relationships, man. So there's some interesting people. I mean, the past 20 episodes, we got to find out about a lot of comics. Like comics that tour nationally. Some of their road stories were interesting, intense, and trippy. I mean, shoot. Ahmed, who was on a recent episode, was talking about how Hezbollah was sent for them, for him, Maz Jobrani, and I forget the other comedian's name. I'm sorry. Graham Elwood was talking about back in the day before, I guess, social media and cell phones, where he followed a person to their place, and it was out in the woods, and he was, afraid for his life, which I would have been too. Got to meet a lot of the comics that perform here in Hawaii, as well as up in the mainland. Ryan Stout, Brandy Morgan, who's an interesting person as well. Simone Park. I feel like I got to name everybody now. Johnny Sparkles. It's turned into a test to see if I remember who I talked to during these episodes. And Joe Kopp. If I missed your name, I apologize. This is like a episode in review. So normally I go live Mondays and Thursday nights at 7. Today I started at 7:30 because it's kind of like who shows up till late on to work on time first day back from vacation, right? I mean, come on. So we will have a lot more guests coming on. Those of you who haven't yet, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Um, it'll help me out because I'm trying to get a lot of subscriptions on YouTube, so we can actually go and to be honest with you, monetize the YouTube, get some money from music. It's like a full-time job right here. Checking the comedy corner, we got Dave Espina, Nali, classmate. What's up, bro? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, hello, Mel. Says hi, Jimmy. Mel is I've worked with at City Bus for many years. Who's Although I am a very large person, I work in customer service. She's in management? Well, she was the boss of the department that she worked in. And anytime I got in trouble with customers, that's one thing I hate about working customer service. You gotta put on that smile and, oh, I'm so sorry, I apologize, because that's what they train you to do, and that's what they pay you for. We got paid pretty good at the city bus. I always told them that $1 is for driving the bus. The rest is so that we would shut up, that we don't attack people. We were polite. So when this happened, when the customer would give me a hard time, Mel, who was very, very not big person, she's very, like, if I'm sitting down, she stood next to me, she'd be looking me in the eyes, same height. But she would go after these people who would give me a hard time, and she'd let them have it. Yeah, 4 feet 8 inches tall. Thank you, Mel, so much for having my back, because it's at work. You guys know. I mean, you guys paid. Get paid to especially we work in customer service, which is why when I got into IT help desk, I was like, man, I don't want to do this no more. I'm tired of this customer service thing. See, Safari Muse, what's up? Welcome back. She's Callie, right? Okay, good. Sorry, I'm tuning back in. Okay. All right, Tyler, we see you. You have to say hi like 3 times. I was just talking about you. Maybe you just tuned in, but just talking about you earlier about Tyler coming home for spring break. So I took a break. It was pretty good too. I had a good time. I think she was surprised too, because I'm a homebody. I don't like to go out. I don't like to. It's just weird. And I've talked to other comedians who are similar. There's another woman who's going to be on the podcast soon, not today, but and she's the same way. She doesn't like being in large crowds. After they're set, you just want to go home. And I'm the same way. I don't like to. I enjoy talking to the comedians, but I don't want to go to the next party. It's like I don't like to be in the crowd either. I like to be on the side, hidden or whatever, tucked away, and then I come up, perform, and I'm out. I mean, that's what I would like. Unfortunately, it doesn't work like that all the time. You do have to do some, public relations with the people, take pictures and yada yada. But I guess a lot of stand-up comedians are like that, which is kind of weird that way. So like going back talking about Mel, not malware, but Mel, Marilyn, having to deal with customers in front of you being angry and going after you and not being able to say what I really want to say, especially if I could have just stood up. I'm 6'7", 400 pounds. If I could have just stood up, and then the person would just be afraid and walk away. But no, here comes Marilyn, 4'8", and just gives them shit. And so I used to call her Mom at work. So I was like, Mom, and she would come out. I said, can I talk to you? And she would let them have it. All right. Okay, Tyler, thank you for tuning in, Tyler. You have a good night. I know it's 4 hours ahead over there where you're at. And glad you got back to school safe. Take care of business. And, have fun using college level facilities for training and education, for volleyball practice and whatnot. So enjoy yourself and eat the free foods that you get that's provided by the school. I wish I could go to school and eat for free. All right, good night, Tyler. I love you too. All right, so now the podcast got personal. Um, so she came home. We went. First thing we did was the day that she arrived. We went to University of Hawaii men's volleyball game. I was at the Stan Sheriff. They're playing against Lewis. It's a school that's out in I want to say the Chicago area. It was pretty good. It was an awesome game. It was pretty cool because Tyler is not. She's not going to a D1 school, so she doesn't see D1 facilities and competition. So seeing University of Hawaii men's, who are the defending national champions, go up against Lewis, who is put up a good fight. She got to see the speed, that they hit the ball. That ball just like turns into a blur. She got to see how high these guys jump, how quick and aggressive, like going after the ball. And I got to see that too, so it was pretty awesome. And then what else did we do while she was here? Of course, you come to Hawaii, you gotta eat. So I made homemade loco moco, homemade-ish. I cooked, maize hamburger, terry patty. That's what we use. So it's already made. I just gotta fry that thing up. But homemade loco moco. We had some Foodland poke, of course. Yummies. We had to get yummies. Gotta get the mayonnaise potato, the creamy potato, or everybody calls it different. Potato salad, whatever. We did go to Denny's, which is weird, but she likes Denny's. Also, her favorite place, I would say, is Queen Street Diner, or Cafe. They have the firecracker chicken here in Aiea. Firecracker chicken. It's funny because she goes in there and they're like, Tyler, like they know her, she's been there a bunch of times, so they know her. What else? And we tried this new place called Milky Cereal Bar, which is in Kapolei in Kamakana, Ali'i. It was alright. It was alright. It's pretty cool, I guess. It's new, so a lot of people was there. Took a while to get our stuff, but it was alright. It was just pretty okay. I would say that it's pretty okay. If you like, you can try it out. Yeah, see what you think. And then she also did some volleyball training. So there's this gym that we go to where they do volleyball training, and just so happens they do have high school players that go there. So we went to the training. It was a slow day, but so they say, hey, why don't you come back a second day when the older kids are training. Didn't know it was actually the video they stream live to college coaches across the nation. And then she did training, and all of a sudden she starts getting all these emails and texts of teams that are interested. So which is cool. I mean, she goes to a junior college, so eventually she would have to find another school to go to. If she wants to continue her career or continue playing volleyball. Let's see, what else did we get other than volleyball, food? Oh yeah, we went to the Comedy U's comedy show Wednesday night, Comedy Kanikapila, which was pretty dope. It was we went to it was at Blue Note, and we let's see, Wednesday night. Her, myself, and Graham Elwood, we went to Blue Note to check it out. It's hosted by Champ, who's always entertaining, hardcore, in-your-face comic. Johnny Rocks Hollywood, Jose Dynamite, Lanai, and Kaleo Pilanka, KP. So it was an awesome lineup. It was a great show. My daughter had a good time. Johnny started the show. It was like a one-man show, entertainer, sang, told jokes. Jose came up and kept that energy going. Did really well. Lanai was doing really good. It's just he had this one, and this is the first show. They had two shows. So the first show, there was a guy who was really drunk in the crowd. So he handled that really good. On top of doing his jokes, and then Kaleo Palanca, as usual, brings the house down, which is pretty cool because I don't think Graham Elwood saw Kaleo Palanca before. And, Kaleo Palanca, his thing is his aloha, that his energy. His energy is, it just fills up the room and just, it's such a good time for everyone. The thing that I love about Kaleo Palanca that I think is amazing, that he speaks Hawaiian as well as he speaks English. So as he's talking and he'll fire off in Hawaiian, and I think that's important as far as culture. Knowing your language sucks for me. I don't speak fluent Samoan. I know if you're talking about me, so you can't say bad things about me. But it was a good time. We were a comedy show. We also stopped by Takeria Thursdays, which is another Comedy U show at Kamakana Ali'i. Got to see Tumua Tuene was there. He popped up over there. Graham Elwood was performing. Big Island comic Jesse Moma was performing. Jasmine Bautista was performing. It was awesome. You get to see all these people. It was so fun. It was good to see comedy and not performing, because even when I went to Blue Note and said hi to all the comics, it was nice not to have to not have the pressure of, oh, you're going to be performing soon, and so you got to think about your set. What are you going to talk about? Are you so you can't really be happy to see everybody. You are happy to see it. It's just he's like, I'm going to go on stage. Oh my goodness! No matter how, even KP Kaleo Palanca we're talking about, is like, it doesn't matter how many years you've been doing it. Always nervous until you get on stage and then get that first laugh, and then boom, it's you're back to normal. But always the few minutes just before you get introduced is nerves. So I had none of that because I knew I wasn't performing. So I got to say hi to everybody, hug everybody, say hi to the people that work at Blue Note who always do an amazing job. And this is sad because everything eventually comes to a close, and so Saturday I had to drop off my daughter at the airport. It was time for her to go back to college, and it wasn't. I'm not gonna lie, I teared up still, but it wasn't the same like when she left from Christmas. It was like, oh boy, here we go. It's time. It's time to say goodbye. But at least we know. I think 56 days till she's back. So can't wait to see you in the summer, kiddo. All right. So I don't know. I think it's time that we start the show.
Live from the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it's Hawaii Comedy with your host, James Money.
Island days, clear blue water, and mountain ranges and dancing daughters. I can't get enough of these island days. Won't you take me back to Honolulu? Yeah, that surf is high and I am too. Sing songs all night long. I'm living these island days. Oh, they told me not to fall in love, but I just could not help myself. Oh, I missed my flight again. I was sleeping here with my new friend. Oh, yeah. Island days, clear blue mountain ranges and beautiful daughters. Yeah. I can't get enough of these island days.
Yes, sir. Island Days by Tavana. Thank you so much, Tavana. I really appreciate that, sir. Those of you who want to check out Tavana, you can go to Tavana808.com. Find out where he's performing. Check out his merch. Amazing, talented artist. That's his song, Island Days. So check him out, Tavana808.com. I want to say thank you to Oahu Golf Apparel for this beautiful shirt that I am wearing. I love it not only because it looks nice, but it's my size. Actually, because I've been training, I might have to go down a size. But this is a 6 extra large, so it's a 6XL. It's beautiful. It stretches, and it's very cool. So I can see wearing this on the course, even though I don't golf. But it has a collar, so I can actually wear this to work, and look stylish and feel cool because I am cool. Okay. Check out their website, OahuGolfApparel.com. You actually see a lot of people wearing these now. Tumua's wearing it. The dude on Channel 2 News or Channel 9 News? Dude on the news that does the sports, you see him sporting it. So, what's his name? George Lopez. Tons of people wearing these shirts. I love them. So get yourself some. That's OahuGolfApparel.com. Big shout out to Comedy U for putting on a lot of these shows, Comedy U Hawaii. Thank you guys so much. I'm going to be involved with them more. So if you see Comedy U, chances are likely I might be at that show. I'm going to start hosting their Tuesday night shows at Slack Key. So I'm going to be a recurring host. I'm going to be working on new material. I'm going to be bringing up some comics that I really feel that you guys should come and see. The reason I bring it up is you guys should come out and support these amazing comics that they spend a lot of time working on their material. There's a lot of funny comics. It's not just the ones that you see advertised or the ones that you see in the big shows. Not talking bad about the ones in the big shows, but there's a lot of talented comics that are coming up. In fact, Tumua Tuine started his, doing comedy with Comedy U and a lot of their shows. So check out their website at comedyuhi.com, comedyuhi.com. And just scroll down and find all the events, see where they're performing. It's Tuesdays at Slack Key, some Wednesdays at Blue Note, Thursdays at Taqueria, El Ranchero in Kapolei. That show starts at 9 p.m. And some Fridays at Next Door, some Saturdays. Also Wednesdays, they do Anna O'Brien's, which is in the Mo'ili'ili area near University of Hawaii. So Wednesdays at Anna O'Brien's. Is tons of places to see comedy. It's not just Comedy U. There's also Pepper, the Misunderstood Evil Genius, that does comedy shows. Erica Schwarzkopf that does shows. Clarice Lee does shows. Patrick Terrell. So also Nico Nakea is starting to do some comedy. You can find all these people on Instagram or go to Facebook and look up the Hawaii Comedians group. Try to join the group. I'm one of the admins there. I can bring you in. I got the power. I'll bring you in. I let people in. I'm like the bouncer in that group. But anyways, yeah, you get in the group. You get to see how we all bicker with each other. The comics from the Big Island are in there. Also, the comics from Maui are in there. Check out the group. Find out. See what's going on. Let's see the Comedy Corner. Comedy Crew, see Safari Muse, poke. Okay, now you've gone too far. I love poke with green onions and sesame oil. I actually like the California style. When I go to Foodland, which I feel, and a lot of locals may agree, has the best poke on Oahu. the California one has I think mayonnaise sriracha sauce or something. So it's a little bit spicy, but it has the cucumbers and of course green onions. Green onions is like a staple, man. So what me and my daughter usually do is in Pearl City, the old food land was next to Yummy's, which is near the lower Pearl City area. And we would go get a plate from Yummy's. Yummy's is Korean barbecue, for those of you that don't know. I would get spicy pork, a mini spicy pork, and then walk over to Food Land and get me an 8-pound of poke, of California ahi, and an 8-pound of kimchi taco, which is octopus. And man, eat that and then just be paralyzed for the next 2 days. So, yeah. Before I continue, I want to give a shout out to Amy Frazier, a subscriber. So Amy has been subscribing to this podcast via Anchor, anchor.fm. So if you listen to the podcast, the audio version of the podcast, I do a read or an ad for anchor.fm. So there's a link there, and you can even see it on Spotify. I'm not sure if it comes out on Apple or Google Podcasts. But if you go to anchor.fm, you find Hawaii Comedy with James Mane. There's a link there if you want to subscribe or basically donate a monthly fee or whatever to keep this podcast going. But I appreciate Amy Frazier. She's subscribed for, she's a recurring subscriber. So she, as soon as I get my, I finally got the video, Amy, from the show, the February 2nd show, where I headlined. And I'm going to put it behind Patreon so you can see the whole thing. So you will be available to check out, I think it's an hour 15 or hour 10 of me doing stand-up comedy at Blue Note on February 2nd. I will, be chopping up some parts of it and then posting on social media. So if you follow me at Comedian James Mane on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok. I'm trying to pick up my TikToks. I'm doing this challenge. It's funny because people say, oh, there's a challenge. I challenge myself. So I'm doing 2 TikTok videos a day. It can be anything. I just have to post twice a day in hopes that I will blow up, with followers and likes and shares and whatever's. So far, it hasn't happened, but I've only been doing it for like a week and a half, or maybe a week. But trying to do it for a whole month and see if I can break through that algorithm. I don't know everybody keeps talking about the TikTok algorithm. What is the TikTok algorithm? I don't think there's an algorithm. I think because TikTok is in China, right? So TikTok's in China. They have tons of people there. I don't think it's a computer, a machine. I think it's like millions of Chinese people, and they say, "Hey, watch this, and if it's good, push it to the next level." Like it's like a tall building, a skyscraper, and the people in the bottom level, they watch all the incoming videos and go, "Oh, this one's good," and then they push the video up to second floor, and then the second floor goes, "Oh yeah, let's push it up." But then I think my videos, they just get to like the second floor and that person up there is not paying attention. I'm getting the worker that shows up late, that, probably, prioritizing coffee first, or maybe was chatting up there with the person in the cubicle next to them and just misses my videos because it's so weird. If I do security guard videos, it blows up. If I do Kardashian, making fun of the Kardashian, fail, bombs, flop, nothing. And people think, oh, it's hilarious. It can get 20,000 views on Instagram Reels. It can blow up on Instagram Reels. But on TikTok, nothing. There's a video that I posted on TikTok and Reels of my mom when my daughter came home to surprise her from college. My mom didn't know we were there to pick her up, and my daughter surprised her. She was genuinely shocked and so excited and happy. So on Instagram, that thing blew up. So 808 Viral, God bless you guys, shared it, and that thing is like, my mom went viral without even trying. She's not even trying to go viral. She doesn't even know how to she doesn't even know what log in means. But yet she's went viral because of Instagram. But you go on TikTok, nothing. It's like, what? Man. TikTok, I don't know, man. I see other people that have less followers than I do, but their videos get way more views. I'm like, what's happening? Why can't I break through? So I'm like, to be honest, I'm like, fuck TikTok. I'll just stick with IG, man. IG for me. But I still try TikTok. I don't know. It's like the chick that you couldn't get, so you keep trying. It's like, yeah, all right, Instagram. I see you. All right. Yeah. Settle down. So, what's up, TikTok? Are we? If you guys figured out TikTok, let me know, because I'm trying to get up. Or if you guys see my videos on TikTok, you can repost now or share or whatever. Try to get me bumped up so I can sell some tickets, man. Hey, Big Island comedian Kevin Hobbs in the house. The Kardashian video was hilarious. Thank you. The reason I did that, because of another comedian who's here. She hasn't been able to perform lately because she started a new career. So Missy, who loves when me and my sister do Kardashians. I call it Keeping Up with the Manis. So we're starting to do that again. My sister actually came up showed me the video for the one where it's Courtney and Chloe or something like that, and then we did it. But it did okay. It blew up on Instagram Reels. TikTok said, "Nah, man, second floor. That's it. Get out of here." Perhaps one day I'll just keep doing it. I keep posting 2 videos a day. If you guys say just 3 videos, then I'll do 3 videos. There might not be 3 amazing videos, but there'll be videos. So we'll see what happens with that. So going back to what I want to talk about today, is the comedy scene here in Hawaii. And there's a lot of opportunity from when I first started. So there's a lot of, those of you that listen, whether you're listening, or watching live, or you're listening later on, or watching it later on, if you ever like say, hey, I want to give it a try, go to an open mic. If you live on Big Island, Kevin Hobbs there, he's on Facebook. Find him. Even on Instagram too. The thing with the people in our scene is that we want more people to come and try and do comedy. We're very welcoming, and we talk trash. That's just what we do. So, you got to have tough skin to do stand-up comedy. It's all in fun. Nobody hates anybody. We don't hate each other. So the Big Island is trying to grow their scene there. I think is it Pineapple Comedy Club? Is that what you guys call it, Kevin? So reach out to those guys. Jesse and Mama. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong, and I'm sorry. There's the scene there. Maui. There's Chino LaForge. The Kihei. There. I believe a lot of them are in Kihei side. Chino LaForge, Ted Anderson, Callahan Welsh, Trish the Dish. Pineapple. Okay, thanks. But so on Maui, they have that scene there. And the thing I noticed about the and I apologize for calling you guys neighbor islands, because I'm sure on your island we're the neighbor islands. But so on the Big Island and Maui, I always love when I sing, because it's like there's like the Wild West. It's very open. You can say whatever you want, really, without worrying about offending people or I don't want to say cancel, because nobody here in our scene is big enough to worry about being canceled. Um, but when you hear their jokes, it's raw. And you hear their when you listen to their set or you watch their set, it's gangster. It's like, where you can see the Honolulu or Oahu comics. I guess because we have so many coming through and then leaving, and we pick up here and there, and then it gets. And there's something that happened to me too, where I kind of got into I don't want to say I forgot who I was, but I started to do certain type of comedy that wasn't really how when I first started out. When I first started out, it was similar to how it is in Maui and Big Island, where we was doing Yo Mama battles. And I was remembering that. Wow, that's right. That's how I was. I was pretty rough around the edges, and pretty in your face, and there was a lot of attitude that came with what I was saying. It wasn't just I wrote these clever lines. I threw these lines at you. I didn't just deliver. I threw these in your face, and that's what I like about the Neighbor Island comics, because it's very much like that. And I think the Aloha Comedy Festival, seeing Kevin Hobbs and seeing Chino and Ted and Callahan, and remembering like, yeah, that's right. That's what I enjoyed, Not dissing the Oahu comics, all right? So those of you Oahu comics, settle down. So if you guys on Big Island, really trying to get that scene going, they're putting on shows. I know they got a comic from Atlanta that moved over there, Vaughn. And it's funny because Vaughn hit me up and was like, hey, I want to do shows together, moving over there. And not knowing that Vaughn was moving to the Big Island, not Oahu. So he kept saying, oh, I'm coming down. I said, all right, cool. And we'll do a YouTube video together is what he wanted. And then I started seeing him posting, and I was like, that doesn't look like any place on Oahu. And now I find out because I guess he went to the beach, and I was like, oh, that's definitely not Oahu. I don't see any skyscrapers in the background. That's not Oahu. So yeah, so he's over there, and I seen him in one of the videos that was recently posted from the Big Island people. So that's Pineapple Comedy. It's Kevin Hobbs, Jesse Moma, and I apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Also Justine Smith. So if you're on the Big Island, Hilo or Kona, Honoka, and other places there. Man, I don't know too many places there. But you might, Tumua's coming down to perform. I think it's like the 22nd or 23rd of April. And then you're there, you're watching his show, you're watching the performance, and he destroys and does an amazing job, and you get inspired. You think, oh, yeah, maybe I should try that. Go check out the Pineapple Comedy Crew, Go hit them up, and that's all it takes. One time, I did an open mic one time, and I got hooked. I'm sure it's the same for all these guys. There was times where I felt like quitting, but, got back up in there. Let's see here. Comedy Corner, see Safari Muse. One of these days, my brother, I promise, going to make it an effort to come out and see you perform live. I'm just working on several projects, 2 scripts, concurrent, and a website. Try to get off the ground. Oh, okay. That's a cool thing. See Safari DM'd me. I was talking, because a couple episodes ago, we were talking about a zombie movie and stuff. And, yeah, the dude is an awesome writer. Very creative. I'm actually coming up to LA to perform the 25th. I didn't find out the venue name, but I'm opening for Neil Hamburger. So I mean, I guess I don't know if they never said I'm not supposed to say anything, but I was in a TV series. It started out as a YouTube series called Decker with Adult Swim, and then it became a TV series on Adult Swim, the TV channel. We did a few seasons, I believe 3 seasons, and it was a hit. I played Lanoy Arnold, who was the unofficial king of Hawaii, bar owner at. There we go. I don't know if you guys can see this. It's the only thing I have from him. Lanoy Arnold's Hawaiian style buffalo flavored chicken wings. Look at that face on the bottom there. Is that me? Is that me or is that me? Look at that. So that's what I played. Lanoy Arnold. You can check out on YouTube. So the YouTube they filmed in Hawaii, which is cool. The other seasons that was on TV, we filmed it up in LA. So we're going up to LA April 21st to film some more. So can't wait for that to happen. And but this time it's actually going to be what do you call it? Film length. I don't want to say movie because it's not going to be in the theaters, but I guess a movie. So I'll be up there in April 21st, and then April 24th, the Sunday, I perform with Neil Hamburger, who is played by Greg Turkington, who is in Decker, along with Tim Heidecker, who's from Tim and Eric. So I'm supposed to go up and film then, and another weekend in May. So I'll be in LA, trying to pick up some shows. I talked to some of the people that I know in LA, see if I can pick up some stage time while I'm up there. So, maybe I'll see you when I come up there. So it's the weekend of April 23rd. Yeah. So, and when I find out the venue, and then I'll let you know, and then maybe see you at the show there. Cool. So going back to what we were discussing, I'm going to be hosting it's planned to host every Tuesday at Slack Key. Obviously, there might, if I'm on a trip or if I'm doing something else, I'm not able to make it, there will be other hosts. But for the most part, I'll be hosting the show. The lineup is going to be awesome. Tomorrow, for those of you watching live, Nellie Jones, Johnny Sparkles, Graham Elwood, Andrew Joyce, and myself, and special pop-up comedian, which I'm not supposed to announce. But let me just say he's a friend of mine, and hopefully he can make it. If not, we'll just do more time. But if he makes it, but it's going to be an awesome show. We're working on some material. The comics are coming up, and working on their act. It's going to be awesome. So come down, and open mic to follow. I believe Trey Kuhn is hosting the open mic. It was always a fun time. So it's every Tuesday at Hawaiian Brian's in the Slack Key Lounge. Slack Key Lounge. Okay. So and that show starts at 7:30. Doors open at 7. If you want to get tickets early before they sell out, ComedyUHI.com. You can come up to the door, but if they're sold out, then sorry, they're sold out. But let's blow that place up every Tuesday. Comedy every Tuesday. The Comedy U and James Money, and doing it big. All right, spread the word. Tell people, hey, you ain't doing nothing on Tuesday. Go check out this show. You get out in time to go work, but this show is going to be awesome. Support local comedy is the point. Those of you that think you want to come on out. Hit the open mic right after. There's a lot of people that's how they start. There's a lot of influencers, Instagram influencers, YouTube influencers that, try it. They get on stage. Island Magic Mike, who's big on Instagram, has recently got on stage at Comedy U's nights. So we don't know. Keely So Silly got up before. Hopefully he can get back up again. That's so weird that I said it like that. Hopefully he can get back up. Hopefully he can get back up on stage again, because he's a very funny individual. Those of you who want to try it, come on down. Hit me up. You get 3 or 5 minutes. It goes by fast. You can even tell like a joke that you saw online. If you're starting out, the biggest part isn't your material. There's a lot of people think that I need to get up and have the best jokes. No. The biggest part when you're brand new is just getting up. Just getting on the stage and experiencing the anxieties. One of the best advice I got was from Kenny Johnson, the blind comedian. That's his full stage name. I'm not sure if he still does comedy here, but he told me, he's like, when you first go up, don't worry about making people laugh. Just experience anxieties, and then over time, you'll be able, it'll get easier. It won't be as stressful. It'll start getting easier to deal with. And it's true. I mean, I still get nervous, but sometimes I can't wait to get up on the stage. I got some stuff to tell you guys. So come on out and give it a shot. One of the things that stand-up comedy does, it does separate the people who are actually going to do stand-up comedy, the people who aren't, which is when you bomb and you feel like, oh, that gut punch, like I'm never doing this again. Cool. That's why the people that continue, when you do stand-up comedy, there's a lot of, I've worked with a lot of people that come through. Ronnie Chang, Patton Oswalt, Bert Kreischer, Dave Chappelle. And the one thing that I can say is they've all been very nice. Because they know that this thing that we do isn't easy. They've been there. They know what it's like to start out. The same thing like us. If you join a fraternity when you do stand-up comedy. Like, look at that. Like, some of you guys might be big fans of some stand-up comic. I was able to work with some of these people because, what I do. There's other comics, too, that open for other comics. That Pepper, the Misunderstood Evil Genius, or Jason Culpepper Lamb, he opened this past weekend, for Kevin Nealon. I know he's a fan of SNL. Sees Kevin Nealon, he's open for him. The other what was it? During the pandemic, Hannibal Buress was living on Kauai and hiding out from the pandemic, and then comes to Oahu with Blue Note and puts on a show. And Pepper again opened for him. There was a big show at Tex 808. I apologize, I don't remember the comedian's name that they brought down who performed, I believe, 4 shows. Daryl Bonilla, another comic has been doing for years. A friend of mine got to open for him. So there's a lot of opportunity. You just gotta get in there and just go all in and try to make it happen. And it all starts with that first time. Get up on stage, and the reason I'm telling you this is because I want you guys to come up on stage. Come up and let's have more comics, more variety. Look at the show that's going on at Slack Key. Speaking about variety, Nellie Jones, Johnny Sparkles, Andrew Joyce, Graham Elwood, myself. Oh, Comedy Corner, Comedy Crew, Krusty Pete. Whoop, whoop. Good morning from Germany. I am a big James Money fan. Oh, thank you so much. We're going to do a movie, man. They told me the name of the movie, but I don't know if it's, because it might change. But it's the cast from Decker. We're doing a movie, so hopefully you get to see it. And in fact, one of the fans of Decker, Tim Haber, Haber, Calvin and Hobbes on Instagram and on YouTube and TikTok. Amy Frazier is a huge fan of. They do a lot of German stuff. I don't know if I mentioned that to you before, but check them out. They do a lot of German humor, or make fun of German humor or German culture. But they actually used my character in one of their sketches. I played Lanoy Arnold in one of their sketches. So, yeah, those of you go check out Calvin and Hobbes on TikTok or on Instagram. Go. So, I was gonna say good morning is Guten Morgen. Yeah? Guten Morgen. I always mess that up. I'm sorry. So, Thank you, Christy Pete, for tuning in. Rolling down the Autobahn and listening to my voice. So, cool. Yeah, so those of you who want to try it out, learn, what you can do. A lot of people, because even before I got up on stage, I actually went to watch a live comedy show. It's different than watching comedy on TV, on your phone, on your computer. It's different. There's no energy coming out of that. Like, what you're watching is basically like you're watching a movie. But when you're there live and then the comic turns to you and talks to you, or is delivering the jokes right to you, it's a different energy. There's a lot of times where people are like, oh man, I've watched him on TV so many times, but this was his best performance live. And it's like, yeah, because the energy that's in the room, it makes a big difference. So I'm urging all of you, come out Slack Key every Tuesday night. Let's make that the hot spot for Tuesday night. Why not? They got drink specials. I actually like these. I know I try to be all macho and everything, but the Bud Light Seltzer is actually, they have different flavors. Actually, pretty good. So they have Bud Light Seltzer specials, courtesy of Anheuser-Busch 808. So also Al's Tinting, which is cool because my truck is tinted by Al's Tinting, which is here in IEA, right across the street from Anna Miller's. And 808 Viral is our sponsors. 808 Viral, thank you guys so much. I'm going to be working with them a lot as well. So, yeah, if you guys, to be honest, everybody can be funny. People say, oh, no, I'm not funny. No, you should see some of the comics that are at the open mics or some of the comics that are at these showcases. And you might see somebody that you connect with. Like, wow, that person, is strange. But then what they're saying is the same thoughts that I have, watch comics on TV, on YouTube, and then come out to one of the shows and watch live. And then eventually get on. So the cool thing about Slack Key is after the show, open mic. So you can get up, you sign in, get up and just do it and see what it's like to be on stage. All right. You can, you hit me up. I teach you how to write a joke. A lot of people don't know that there's actually a formula. People see me do storytelling style, kind of like Kevin Hart. He tells a story. It's not really a story. It's like maybe, let's say, 15 jokes about one subject that he's talking about. Like I do a whole chunk about whitewater rafting. I told the story when I was interning on a radio station. I told the story. It was my friend Chad Wago texted me. He's like, dude, my mom was dying listening to that story. That story about me almost drowning in Portland, Oregon. And the stand-up comedian does later on, tells the story, and then adds punchlines here and there. And that's how you tell 10 or 15 jokes inside one story. And that's what you do. Over time, you learn that. But, first thing you got to do is come out to the open mics. It's starting to turn into me giving a lecture or a master class on, I wouldn't say a master, but a class on how to do stand-up comedy. I think one of the biggest issues that comics at my level, at newer comics, is that we have poor crowd awareness. Because I see comics blaming crowds. Oh, the crowd sucked. Oh, the crowd this. I've been in rooms where, and sure, I've learned over the years on how to turn rooms like that. And I've seen it done many different ways. Hey, Comedy Corner, there's my best friend, Amy Frazier. Hello. Give you a shout out earlier. Yeah. Said thank you for your subscription. You are the best. So those of you that are haven't already and would like to help keep this podcast going, get better equipment, because soon we'll be able to do in-person interviews. So Obviously, I'll need more microphones, camera, yada yada. Hopefully, get a sponsor with a room or a studio, or maybe on one of these comedy venues, like Blue Note, and the comic that I interview or talk to or discuss or whatever. Or maybe this could even turn into a talk show. You know, late night Hawaii with Jimbo Maine. That's the name that Graham Elwood gives me. Jimbo Maine. Live from Honolulu, Hawaii. Late night with Jimbo Maine. So some people tuning in might think that's how you pronounce my name. It's all good, Johnny. Good to see you, brother. Late night with Jimbo Maine. And then do a whole variety show. Have guests. Do a monologue. I come out and be like, hey, man, gas prices are insane. I was actually going to do that tomorrow night. I was going to, because, I'm hosting, so I'm not like the, doing a set. Michael Hall. I was going to say Michael C. Hall, but it's Michael Hall. The gentleman, Michael Hall. The grungy kid, the dirty kid, my friend, Michael C. Hall, is not here. But the gentleman, Michael Hall, is here. So, yeah, thank you, Johnny. I get my own show. I come in, and I'm like, the C is for comedy, says Michael C. Hall. So Michael, like we can put a show together. Ladies and gentlemen, Jimbo Maine. Then I come on, I'm like, hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to the show. Thank you for tuning in. It wouldn't be Hawaii comedy. It'd be like, oh, we're tuning into Late Night with Jimbo Maine. It's weird because I'm doing like Graham's voice. Late night comedy with Jimbo Maine. First of all, I'd like to say, what the hell? What is up with these gas prices? These gas prices are so crazy. These gas prices are so crazy, and the pressure, So, anyways, what I was gonna say was, let me let the dog out. Roof. What I was gonna say was, I put gas today at Sam's Club, and the pressure to hurry up and get the fuck out of there. It's like, the lines are so long because Sam's Club gas is way cheaper, or I'm sure Costco gas too, but it's way cheaper than Texaco that we have here. So it's like you're sitting there, you're waiting in line, and you're looking at that person pumping the gas. You're like, yep, put in your membership card, put in your payment card. What the hell's taking so long? Hurry up. Damn it. Come on, man. Pick regular or super. Regular, oh. But then you're like the whole time you're there like, hurry up, move. Then you're putting all that pressure on them, and then it gets to your turn, and you're like, oh shit. What was the PIN number again? Whose card am I using? Oh, damn it. And you keep looking back like it's like this, Jason Voorhees is chasing you down or something. You're like, oh shit, come on. Pump the gas. And because everybody's pumping gas, the pump is so slow. It's like you're trying to be NASCAR. You're trying to get that pit stop, that NASCAR. Bzz, I'm out. Like, damn it. Pit crews suck today. All right, let's go to Comedy Corner. The comments starting to pile up. Johnny Rocks Hollywood says, Michael Hall have a roast for his birthday. It was so much fun. Yes, Michael does enjoy the roasts. Michael does enjoy the roasts. So, Sholo, big time for Jim Maine. No, it's got to be Jimbo. Jimbo Maine. See, Jimbo Maine. It's not a game show. With these prices, you're going to lose either way. Yeah. Great. Johnny Rocks Hollywood says, great bit. So freaking true. Yeah, so as I was pumping gas, I was thinking about. I was like, I'm going to talk about this tomorrow when I host. I'm gonna do that. And I'm actually going to, and I don't know if Michael's always pushed me saying, why I don't talk about these things. Dating. So people ask, oh, why are you single? It's like, well, first, you got to get somebody to say yes. That's pretty much the hard part. You get somebody to say yes, and then you're like, all right, I'm in a relationship. But really, do I really want to be in a relationship? I just raised a kid. I mean, now is the time for, the kid's in college now. Now I can do, whatever. Be out and about. Yeah. But then it's like, oh, the drama. Ugh. Do I want the drama? Yeah, I'm at an age, and it's funny because I listen to a lot of Patrice O'Neal stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I dig what you're saying, Patrice. I dig what you're saying. You don't want that. There's no drama. It's like, no more drama. Save it. I'm out. I've been in long relationships. I've done my time. It's like, I don't know. I give people credit who are still in relationships, like that have last, especially those that last long. Like, kudos. I can, from where. So when I was young, when I'm in my 20s, I can see where I wanted to be in a relationship. Because pretty much, you're dudes at that age. Oh, we got to get a chick, got to be with somebody. And then you get to like 30, and you're like, why am I with this person? Why? And you're like, you get close, and I'm 46 now. I'm like, why would I ever want to go back to that? Why would I want? When I want to go do a show, I just go. When I want to, I'm going to go on a trip. There's nobody. Like, the only thing I do is my family, because, me and my sister helped team up to take care of my mom. But now it's like, hey, I'm going on a trip. All right, cool. But if I was in a relationship, it's like, hey, so the guys want to do a show in Vegas. It's true. Nothing against people in relationships, but it's true. And it doesn't have to be the guy side of the story. That's just my point of view. I'm sure for ladies too. And ladies got to be more different. Female comics, like right off the bat, just being in the venue and not even traveling, being in your home venue is difficult. I watch it. I'm like listening to guys talk. That's how I usually get my comedy. I'm an observationist. I just sit there and people watch. And I listen to it, the guys talk around the female comics. Not even to them, but just like the filth that comes out. It's like, a lot. Credit to the women. A lot of them can handle it, anyways. But it's just weird. I'm from Generation X. I've seen where you were supposed to be polite. I've seen where you're supposed to be. Now it's just like, say whatever the hell you want. Who gives a shit? So I don't know. It's different. I think I posted something about that, being born 1975, where my dad had a car that had an 8-track player. Yeah, big 8-track, like bigger than your phone, and you push it in. There's no rewind. Your song ends. You gotta hit fast forward so it goes all the way back around. And then came cassette tapes. And that was like, oh, wow, we can rewind. Wow. And then we could record over it. Oh, cool. So I've been in, old school, and then I've also set up the mesh router in our house. So Generation X, we've seen technology grow from back when we used to have to pump leaded gas into cars to today. With the Wi-Fi and hackers and all that stuff. So I've gone off topic. Let's just be talking about comedy. What am I, let's see. Comedy Corner. Johnny Hollywood. It's pronounced Monet. Yeah, I know. But Jimbo Maine sounds funnier. Plus, Jimbo Maine would probably, well, unless if I say he's French, but Jimbo Maine could probably get good sponsors. He gets sponsors like gas station, like NASCAR. All the sponsors that NASCAR guys get, Pepsi, Tide. That's good sponsors. Like, oh, I love my sponsors. You know, the WahooGolfWithPower.com. These are amazing shirts. But when I be hungry, I'm like, I wish I had one of those sponsors from a restaurant that I could go get something to eat. Michael, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Get her done. Yeah. So, but, so tomorrow I have DJ Sandu, Sacramento comic who spends a lot of time in Vegas, who also was doing comedy at I think during the pandemic or maybe just before in Oklahoma City. So he goes there a lot, and it's so funny because Indian guy, long beard, and he just lets him have it in Oklahoma. It's like, so I know how I look, and he's so hardcore. He's so awesome. Yes, subscribe for Jimbo Maine. Amy, you're the best. I guess y'all. Jumbo loves KFC. Oh man, if I could get KFC sponsor, wait, Jumbo Jimbo. There's a character. I should do that. Okay, so what I forgot to do, the previous episode with Joe Kopp, we talked about making TikTok videos, or I would make TikTok videos of me recording my feet smashing fruits. So maybe we can call it Jumbo Jimbo Smashing Fruits. Fruit Smasher. Jumbo Jimbo's Fruit Smasher. So follow me on TikTok if you want to see these videos. I'll start doing them. Damn, my family's gonna be pissed if I start spending money on fruits just to smash them with my feet. All right, so. Oh, that was me and Joe Kopp was talking about it in that episode. We got someplace weird here, because the goal is, Amy, to get to where your videos go viral. And there are some crazy videos out there that are viral because of stupid stuff like that. Like there's weird live videos of people playing Wordle, and they're blowing up. I'm like, what the hell? They're playing a game that you can play on your own phone. You're holding a phone. You can play it yourself. Why are you watching somebody play live? Michael C. I'd rather see me tear through a bucket of chicken. This is what I should be doing then. Accepting challenges. Oh, man. There it is. Nah, but somebody might ask me to do some crazy shit. I was going to say, it's becoming an OnlyFans account now. If you donate, if you subscribe, then you can tell me what you want me to do. Oh, snap. Once my family's going to subscribe, and they say, oh, how about clean the bathroom? Michael Hall says he's got $25 that says I can't kill a bucket of chicken in 10 minutes. Ooh. I don't know if you understand, sir. KFC chicken is very tender, man. That's easy. If you say, okay, so it has to be KFC, because if it's Popeyes, that's more crunchy, so that's tougher to do. And all of a sudden, I'm like a fried chicken connoisseur. Amy, that's a different subscription. Ooh. Well, Amy, I was telling people earlier, because you subscribe, you get to see my full video. I just got the full video of where I headlined for a little over an hour at Blue Note on February 2nd. I'll put that in. I'll get that into Patreon, and then I'll make sure you get to see it. So, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate you. Man, there's a lot of things that could happen. So I'm going to be smashing fruits with my feet. I got ugly feet, though. I'm not going to get a pedicure. So, and it's from being such a giant person, and your feet's like, oh, you're too big. Lighten up the load. But you know, a deal is a deal. So maybe I won't do every day for a month like I'm doing with the current challenge I'm in. I'll add some of it, and people are like, "What the hell is this? What's going on here?" Amy, yes, it's a full-length video. I have it. It's just gonna take a while to upload. So give me about a week to figure it all out. I have a Patreon set up, and then because you subscribe, you have a paid subscription through Anchor.fm, which I appreciate very much. Thank you. I'm gonna make sure you get to see that video through Patreon. You just gotta log on, or I could even do on YouTube and then just give you the private link. But we'll figure it out. I'll make sure you get to see that video. Okay? So let that be a lesson to the rest of you. Those of you listening on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, that if you subscribe, you get special treatment. I should send somebody the fruits that I've smashed. Okay, now it's got weird. Yes, so, folks, thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow morning, Hawaii time, I think around noon Hawaii time, I think it's 2 or 3 o'clock LA time. It might be 3 o'clock LA time. I gotta look at the globe and see what the hell, where is it? What's the time zone difference? But yeah, but if you subscribe, you'll get notified and hit the notification button. It'll tell you on YouTube that James Money has gone live, even on Twitch. James Money has gone live, and then you get to check it out. You can ask questions. DJ Sandu, also working on another comedian who's had beef in New York. So, not with me, with other comics like Amy Schumer and whatnot. So, and also a person of respected and maybe not so respected. Well, next week we got a special guest, so you guys got to tune in. It's gonna be pretty dope. All right, that shirt is fresh drip. Oh, you gotta change. You gotta update your slang, bro. It's the fit. How you digging the fit? Huh? I think that's what they say. I don't know. Our days was this mad crazy dope. I don't know. This shirt is lit. All right, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Don't forget, every Tuesday, Slack Key, I'll be hosting. Come on down. Let's have a good time. Let's pack the house. Let's make Slack Key every Tuesday night your favorite comedy night. You know, whether all these concerts are starting to come back. All these other events are coming back. But nothing is happening on Tuesday. I used to go out every Tuesday night. Dollar Drinks Tuesdays at Pipeline. That was my favorite joint. I would take off of work Wednesdays and Thursdays just so, you know, I could party Tuesday and then recover. So come out every Tuesday night. I'll be there. You know, let's share a Bud Light seltzer together. Let's have a good time. Tons of parking, you know, at Blue Note. At Hawaiian Brian's. It's on Kapiolani Boulevard. Slack Key Lounge. Be there. Those of you guys in the comedy crew, the comedy corner, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate you guys. Go, if you haven't already, subscribe on YouTube. Go to Anchor.fm, find Hawaii Comedy with James Money, subscribe there. Or wherever you listen to podcasts. So tomorrow I'll drop the audio. Either tomorrow or Wednesday I'll drop the audio that you can listen to while you're on your way to work. Yeah. Or while you're cleaning the house. Audio might be better. But yeah, we'll work on that. And the goal is to get a show, late night. Late night with Jimbo Maine. Boom. He's from Graham, but, Graham's a homie, so yeah. The shirt is the bomb, Michael. That's right. Oh, Golf Apparel. Thank you. Cool. So, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Wait, I gotta get the music ready. This is where I'll be editing. I didn't get the outro music ready. Boom. Bang. Boom. Oh, I guess before I go, anybody got any questions? Don't want to just hang up on y'all. So we got nine people now. We're getting close to double digits. Does anybody have any questions? Ask me anything. I will answer whatever you ask. So, fire away. Social media. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, fire away. I've seen crazier people doing crazier things on Twitch. So me not doing anything, just sitting here is normal. So my daughter forgot her cat. It's a cat beanie for one of our cats. Yeah. But yeah, I think on Patreon I can make, if I come up with like catchphrases, I can make merch. That'd be cool. Kevin Hobbs, let's go. Do you do most of your writing on stage? I would say, because I don't say I write jokes. I don't say I write out the material. I think about something that's funny, and then I write it out to cut down as many words as I can. So I'll write it out really big, and I don't need to say this, I don't need to say this, so I cut it down to where it's at its smallest sentence. Sometimes, like I was talking about the gas thing, that actually happened today, and I was thinking, I'll do this tomorrow at Slack Key. So the thought is there, then I go up on stage because I'm hosting, so I'm not... or even if it's an open mic, or if it's like a showcase where it's not a lot of people there, then I'll go up and just spit out ideas and then watch the crowd reaction. I think a lot of comics, that's where, a lot of new comics, that's where they struggle, is you're supposed to, know what's funny, you say what's funny, but then if you want to win the crowd, you have to see how they react to certain stuff. So it's funny because Michael C. Hall's on here, and when we started out in Hawaii together, there was jokes that didn't work for me that could work for him. There's jokes that didn't work for him but could work for me, or even just us chit-chatting. It inspired thoughts and jokes and whatever's or ideas. Then go to the open mic and talk it out and see what works. But watching the crowd's reaction when I say this, so like one of the early jokes I had when there was a company called, it was like a food truck, but they only served drinks like cappuccinos and smoothies and whatnot. But it was all women, and they were in bikinis. So when I first started out, and the joke was, the punchline was, this is probably the only place where I'd be really angry if I found hair in my food. And they got chuckles, laughs, ha ha, yada yada, cool. But then when I started, there was only like one place that did weekly in Aiea as a dance studio, and I went there and performed again. And it was the same 4 or 5 people in the crowd that was there last week. So I was like, I don't have that much material right now. I'm still new. But then I tried the joke in a different way, which is the episode that me and that I had Paul Ogata and really emphasize that when you do open mics or showcase that isn't it's not really a paid gig. try your joke a different way. So the joke I tried, the same joke I tried, but this time I just tweaked it a little. I said, these women, they're all wearing bikinis, and this is probably the only place that I would probably be okay if I found hair in my food. And then it got but then still laugh, and that's the moment where I figured it out. I was like, that's what I like. I like that. That is when you can get groans, and it's so disgusting, but it's still very funny. Ryan Stout, who's it's funny because I met him when I was early in my career, maybe like 2 years in. And then I saw him. So if you haven't heard, Kevin, if you haven't heard of Ryan Stout, you can check him on Spotify or Apple or YouTube. He does a lot of those types of jokes. And Ryan, I'm sorry for doing your joke, but he has a joke where he says, Okay. So he got on a plane and he saw a one-armed man get on a plane, and he thought, please sit next to me. And guess what? He did. Wrong side. It's like, and he fought for that armrest. It's like that is so messed up, but then that's also funny. And so like that's how you discover what it is you like, because and I think I was having this conversation with one of the other comics recently about people talking about headlining. There's a difference between telling jokes for 10 minutes or telling jokes for 20, 30 minutes. There's a difference between that and having an act. You can go up and tell jokes and be funny, but then they forget you. But you have an act, that's when money starts coming in, like marketing or ticket sales, because they're like, yeah, I remember that person. Like, it's funny because Michael probably remembers when we were hanging out in Chinatown, because that's where a lot of our comedy shows were. And I did a joke about driving city bus and that sound that the bus makes. Psh. People think that's the sound of the brakes or that's the door opening and closing. No, that's the bus driver giving you the finger. Psh. And then we were crossing the street in Chinatown, and all of a sudden we hear these two ladies going, psh, pointing at me, and I was like, what the hell? Oh, I get it, So that's the difference, where if you're just telling jokes that, whatever jokes that are, forgettable, or you have an act. So the act, that's the people that get specials. That's the people who headline. That's the people, like there's a lot of comics out there that are crazy funny. They get credit for being super funny, but they don't have a special. I think they talk about like somebody like Big J. Okerson, where, and that's why look at Earthquake. He finally got a special. He's one of those guys where they can destroy a room, but they don't have an act that can be marketed. So like when, knowing that, like what do you want to do? Do you want to just tell jokes? Because I've been telling jokes for years and I'm cool with it. I'm at a point now where I'm like, I would like to have a career in comedy now. That's why I'm going heavy on this podcast, heavy with social media. And, I love Tumua, as my brother. But, and he and I talked about it. He knows, I'm not in this to be an opener. If he needs me to open, I'm there 100%. I'll always be there for him. But, it's what do you want out of this? Do you want to be, the guy that shows up at for Oahu, that shows up at Slack Key and performs there? The guy that shows up at Anna O'Brien's and performs there? Or do you want to be, like Tumua, blow up? But the thing with what we do is stand-up comedy, sometimes it takes a long time. I've been doing this since, this is maybe like 12th year, maybe. Joe Coy didn't blow up until like 20 plus years. It's just you never know when you hit. Tamua, he blew up like right, not necessarily right out the gate, but a couple years after he blew up. It happens, who knows when it happens for whoever's. It happens for everybody at different times, Kevin, I mean, I when I watched you at the festival, I like your stuff. I think, I don't know how long you've been doing it, but I that's why I hope your scene on the Big Island grows, because when the scene grows, the more comics you guys have, the more support you have from audiences, the better you guys are gonna get, and you guys are gonna, when touring comics come down and you open for them, like I've been lucky to be able to open for people and get advice from people, so if you ever want to hit me up, and I don't like to like give advice to tell people what to do, because then that's you doing it the way I'm telling you to do it, so just here I share my experience, and then you got to figure out how it works for you, so yeah. Oh, 6.5 years. Oh, cool. Yeah. So the good thing is that you have good stage presence and you're likable, even though because you get the full beard, and you might come across as being like your stage persona while you're performing, you can come across as being a rough person. But sorry to say this, but you're kind of a teddy bear. You seem like a really nice dude. Like right off the bat, I was like, oh, I want to be that guy's friend. That's why when I drove past you, when I was dropping off Heather to Square Barrels, and I said, hey, because you look like somebody I want to be friends with. So yeah, anytime, man. Just this thing that we do, we're all in this fraternity. This thing that we do, we all got to help each other out, and we all do our own brand of comedy. Till you go up and start doing Samoan single dad that drove a bus, then I'm like, hey, wait a minute, man, wait a minute. Or I go up and start doing your jokes, and I'm like, hey, all right. But no, that's what I mean. That's why there's room enough for us to all be friends and get along, because we all have different, we have different journeys, different paths. We got to find the crowd that works for us, like the crowd that will like me, the crowd that will like you. Tamua has his crowd. Lucky for him, there's a lot of them. So, it's why he's blowing up. I gotta find the crowd that likes me and put them all in one room. So we'll see what happens. So anybody else got any questions? Thank you, brother Kevin, man. All right. So yeah. All right. Let's see. Anybody have any questions? Somebody asked what was the beanie that I'm wearing. The beanie I'm wearing is actually Randy Macho Man Savage. Maybe I can see there. Oh yeah. The cream rises to the top. Oh yeah. Right. Maybe one day I'll bring a camera out. You can see the rest of my room, but I gotta clean it up first. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Tomorrow's special episode with DJ Sandu going live. But if you miss it, don't worry about it. You can listen to the episode in Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts, it's there. Anchor.fm as well. If you guys, would subscribe to, if you're on Twitch, find my channel, subscribe to it. Comedian James Money. Do a search, or even my website. You can search there. Every little bit helps, and I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me get this. I forgot to do this. Man, I am slipping. Boom, boom, bang. Shazam. Yeah. Boom. Thank you guys for listening in, tuning in. Man, I gotta do that again when I edit the audio. Thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys sharing your time with me. Late night with Jimbo Maine. Make it happen, folks, because we all know it can happen, and when it happens, it'll feel good. I got weird, yeah, but that sounds better than freaking. I got food downstairs. So, you know. I'm out.
It can easily be done if you just get it, man. And I'll be feeling it, the rhythm in my bones, shaking it and stomping on my feet, stomping to the groovy blues beat. Yeah. I'm on fire, baby, can you feel me heat, lover? Well, I'll be feeling it, the rhythm in my bones, the rhythm in my bones. It's the rhythm in my bones.